Welcome to the Prop Market. I'm your host, the Prop King, and today I have my final four player props and best bets. I have been your tour guide throughout this college basketball season, just as I promised. From November, the early tournaments to now, I've had consistent player prop shows and best bets. I appreciate all the new subscribers. I appreciate all the likes. I appreciate all the comments. And if you're appreciating me, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button because it's not over when college basketball is over. I will be your tour guide through the NBA season as well. Plenty of player props and best bets for that. We've been killing it building a small money tree on a college basketball season. We'll get to my stats in a second, but I am super proud of what we've done here this season on my first year of having college basketball picks. So if you're new, like I said, hit the subscribe button, keep those notifications on, and there'll be plenty of content. Now, I have a huge show for you today. That's seven total picks, five player props, two best bets. I don't want to waste any more of your time. Let's go ahead and get to the action. Season props, like I said, we got our stats here 87 to 75, 54%, almost at my goal of 56%. If we hit on these last few shows, I can get to 56%. My hammer plays, it's ridiculous. It's crazy. 67%, it's way over my goal. My goal was 60%. We're going to smash that. Best bet record 27 to 26. Got a little work to do on that. Hopefully, we cash both our best bet records the way we did the last show with Houston -3. So here we go. We're going to get to our first pick of the day. And yes, it's going to be Walter Clayton Jr. of Florida. This guy's been absolutely killing it of late, but he's going against an Auburn veteran squad. He was the MVP of the regional final, Walter Clayton was. But like I said, there is a bunch of veteran guards he's going against that are going to key on him, watching film, trying to do everything they can do to stop this guy. He is a threat. Now, Auburn does a good job of guarding the three-point line, so they'll be running him off the line, making him move the ball. Expect his assists to be a little higher, but his points, I don't think so. Numbers inflated like Cooper Flagg's was our last show. Remember, Cooper Flagg was at 39, and he had never been that high before. Walter Clayton is at 28.5. He's never been that high. He's usually around 24 to 25. I get it. He's been doing really well. But look for this veteran Auburn defense to kind of stop him. We talked about, I mean, a lot of people have been talking about how old Auburn's team is. You got 24 and 23-year-old guys, 25-year-old guys. They're going to definitely try to lock him down. Highest PRA of the season for him, as I mentioned. Another thing I want to talk about, he's shooting in the Alamo Dome, which is a horrible place to shoot. Most of these arenas are, most of these big football stadiums are horrible places to shoot. No depth perception, the crowd just seems far away, no backdrop. It's hard to shoot in this arena unless you shoot here all the time, which he doesn't. So I expect the under 28.5. I expect a lot of unders this week. Yes, I'm going to be the under bet king. Sorry, we're going to go under with Walter Clayton. Johnny Broome of Auburn, and I picked his under last time. It was my first loss on his under, but he's got a bad matchup again this week. Florida has four legit bigs, Condon and Haw as the main two. I expect a double coming quick too. I think they watched the Michigan State, watched a little bit of the Michigan State game and saw that guarding him one-on-one in the post is not a good idea even though I think these Florida defenders are a little bit better. He was injured towards the end of that game, and his elbow, whatever it is, he's not going to be 100%. His season average 34, last three games 34. PRA projection is 29. I'm going to go ahead and take his under 30.5. I think this number will go up a little bit, but I like his under right now at 30.5. Next guy is Cooper Flagg of Duke. Yes, I smashed Cooper Flagg's under last game, and I know a lot of people were probably against me, but it was one of the easiest bets I've made all year. He was set at 39, which was ridiculous. Now he's back at 31.5, which is more reasonable, where he's been pretty much all season. But here's the problem with that. You're going against Houston, which I feel is the best defense in college basketball, and they've proved it because they're not a great offensive team, yet they're still in the finals. I think Cooper Flag is going to struggle. I think Houston will throw a lot of people at him. The only thing that scares me and why there's only one Prop King emoji, and I still haven't projected at 30, is because he was stat chasing towards the end of the game. I'd never seen a guy with 10 seconds left still looking to score. You saw him with under 2 minutes still trying to look to score. Looks like John Shire is also trying to get into that action of stat chasing. So, yes. Although I think he will try to get to this number, Houston is just too sound defensively. They are not going to let this guy get off. They're going to make guys like Zion James and other guys beat them. I like his under 31.5 PRA for Cooper Flag. Next guy is Tahad Pettiford of Auburn. Now, Tahad is another guy that's played really well of late, but he comes off the bench, which is always a cause for a little bit of thinking. And he gets he's getting more consistent minutes, but I don't think Pearl trust him as much as he does the guards. The other guards they have, the veteran guards, the 25 and 24-year-old guards. Um, he relies a lot on scoring. I do see Florida, defenders trying to cut his water off. They're a very experienced team as well. Um, and Florida has good on-ball defenders. He's coming off a 4-12 shooting day, only 27 minutes. He's averaging 22 for the season and 22, 29 minutes for the tournament. Now, this guy's going to put the ball up. He's going to get his shots up, but I still like him under 20.5 PRA. I don't think he's going to get to this number. I think he'll be under it because I think that maybe I like to go against short guards, smaller guards. I'm not going to call them short, smaller guards in college basketball in general, especially when the tournament, when things get a little tighter. I don't think this game's going to be as high as scoring as people think. Last guy, Emmanuel Sharp of Houston, season average 17. Um, 3 games, his last 3 games, he's at 17. But he relies on threes a lot. We already talked about the Alamo Dome, depth perception. He's definitely on Duke's scouting report. He shot 14 shots his last 2 games. He's averaging 29 minutes in the tourney, but he's averaging less than 1 assist. He's really just a shooter, not a great rebounder, not a great passer. Also, Sampson's rules for fouls really makes me anxious about people. This number is also higher than it's been all year for him in a game where Duke is a good defensive team. They're very attached. I do not believe they'll leave him open. I like his under 17.5 PRA for Emmanuel Sharp. Now for today's first best bet, I'm sorry, and it's gonna be an over-under pick, and I love it. Florida versus Auburn under 161. I got this projected about 151. So 10-point discount we're getting on my projection. Florida is going to try to score. Both teams look like they'll try to play with pace, but this is going to be a Final Four game. Both teams will be tight. We talked about shooting in a football field. Shooting in a football stadium is not the same as shooting in a basketball stadium, and I know they just came from one. This number is super high. I do not see them getting to this number. I see them both, watching a lot of film defensively. You got two defensive minded coaches, although they are good on offense. Both of these coaches, Bruce Pearl, Golden, both focus on defense. Golden has been talking about nothing but defense when you're talking about Auburn. So I like this under 161. Go ahead and go to the window with this one. I believe this is going to be a good cash. I actually put way more money than I usually do on any pick on this bet. I am very confident. Probably my favorite pick of the year so far on my best bets. Today's best bet versus the spread. I got another one, and we're gonna go with Houston versus Duke. I gotta go Houston +5. I do like Duke. I think Duke may pull this out, but Houston is too good of a defensive team. The number's too low for it to be a 5-point spread. I think Duke keeps it close. I think it'll be 4. I think it'll be 3. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. Houston, defensively will stay attached. They do have enough scores to stay in this game. I can even see Houston pulling the upset. Veteran squad. Duke does have 3 freshmen they rely on, it's hard for freshmen to consistently beat seniors and experienced players. So I like the Houston +5. For our recap, we got Clayton under 28.5, Broome under 30.5, Flag under 31.5, Pettiford under 20.5, and Emmanuel Sharp under 17.5. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. They're both free. They're going to help the algorithm. They're going to help the show grow. And I believe if you've been watching this show, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I look on my analytics, a lot of people watching the show. But a lot of people are subscribing, and I appreciate that. I really do. But if you're just watching the show and not subscribing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you have your notifications on. You don't miss any of this great content. And with that being said, like I always say, keep what you like, leave what you don't, and let's cash.